person in this party, and you must be careful to show your acting skills, especially in front of that person. I turned my head in shock and looked at his eyes. What? Did you think we are playing a movie? And why should I do whatever you say? Jungkook kissed my forehead. You don't want to see my anger, do you? I said 100 times, don't touch me. Go kiss your dear Kylie. Then continued. Have you ever shown me your kind personality so far? Men like you are kind only in bed. Jungkook frowned. You dare to mention another man's name again? Are you okay? I didn't mention a man's name. You guys are the same. So you also want to see my kind behavior soon? Maybe tonight. I put my hand on his lips. Don't continue, otherwise I'll throw myself out of the car. I'm sick of your lustful words. Jungkook stared at me with round eyes in surprise. After a few seconds, he removed my hand from his lips. He said with a frown, don't forget what your duty is. Don't disappoint me. I thought to myself, wait and see me playing the role of your faithful lover. Rich and powerful people think that with their money and power, they can buy everything. People and make them theirs. But I'm not one of those girls who lose myself. I have to find a way to escape soon, and to avoid arguments, I shouldn't give Jungkook an excuse. So tonight, I will try to do what I said, but I have to stay away from him as much as possible. I was going to get out of the car, that Jungkook got out earlier and opened the door for me. He extended his hand to me. Reluctantly, I put my hand in his hand and got out of the car. A Is your friend a policeman? Does that mean he can't help us? He said he has to investigate and will try his best to tell me if he finds a way out. Okay, I will call you tomorrow. Eat well and take care of yourself, boy. Otherwise, your girlfriend will freak out if you lose muscle. You worry about yourself. I know it's hard, but take care of yourself there so you don't get thinner. If so, your soulmate will run away right after meeting you. You mean boy. Bye. Goodbye, baby. I hung up and put the phone on my chest. I'm happy that at least I have Leo, a friend who has been like supporter for me all these years, and we made all our good moments and memories together. I really don't want him to be in danger, so I have to find a way to escape by myself. I took a beer from the big table in the middle of the hall. It's been a long time and Jungkook still hasn't come. I'm bored. I want to go back to my room soon. Maybe if I tell Jungkook, he will let me go back because I have nothing to do with anyone here. I looked around. Where did Jungkook go? I asked the man I saw when we came here, but he didn't know where Jungkook was either. I went to the garden outside the mansion. The weather was lovely. The smell of rain and gentle breeze was soothing. A little further, I saw a girl who was in the arms of a man and was kissing. I was shocked when my eyes fell on the man. It was Jungkook. I felt disgusted. I hate men like him. Men for whom commitment and love have no meaning. I felt that my face was getting hot. Quickly entered the mansion and sat in the farthest place. Maybe now is the best time. A man held a tray of drinks in front of my face. Which one has heavy alcohol? The man looked at me with astonishment. Opened his mouth. This one, madam. Its alcohol is high. Thanks. I took a drink. I have a high alcohol capacity, but I am not a drinker because my stomach will hurt. A skinny man with long hair and a black suit sat next to me. I glanced at him. Hello, my beautiful lady. From the very first look, I realized that his intention was nothing but just flirting. I looked at him with a frown. A wide smile was on his face. I think you should get up from here after seeing my frown instead of smiling. I'm allergic to you. I love girls like you. I'm sorry, but I hate men like you. Darling, don't rush. Think a little. He took out a black card from his pocket and waved it in front of my face. I gave a bitter smile. Oh, honey, don't you think my value is more than that card in your hand? He pulled himself towards me, put the card in his pocket, and gave me his business card. Then he extended his hand. Of course, you are worthy having me. I giggled at his words. I heard that money brings confidence. I gave him the glass, laid my hands in front of my chest, and got up. He was still looking at me with a smile. sweetie. My smile faded. I threw the business card on the ground. Oops, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm worth that much. I said and put the heel of my shoe on his business card, then walked away from him. The man followed me angrily, pulled my hand, and took me to the wall. I struggled to free my hand, but it was no use. He hit me against the wall. Pain flowed in my back. You despicable boy, how dare you! I raised my hand to slap his face. Suddenly, my hand was held tightly. I looked at the person who stopped me with a frown. A young and attractive man with grey eyes and a masculine but peaceful look nodded his head downwards. I pulled my hand out of his hand. The man I saw first grabbed my hand angrily. "Give up, you bastard!" The man said something to that crazy man, and after a few seconds, the crazy man left. I angrily said to the grey-eyed man, "Why did you interfere? If you hadn't stopped me." He put his index finger on his lips. "Shh, calm down." I was angry. I could not bear that environment for a second anymore. My stomach pain made me more anxious. I shouldn't have been drinking. Calmly but decisively, he said again, "Calm down. I know what kind of person Sangmin is. I know he insulted you, and you are upset with his manner. He's always like that. Please don't care about him, because if you mess with him, he'll hurt you." I grinned. I felt like I entered a story in which everyone is powerful except me, the poor hero of the story. The hero of the story. "What is your name?" Why should I answer? Okay, let me introduce myself first. He extended his hand to me. "I am Namjoon." He looks like a gentleman. I didn't feel negative about him. I shook his hand. "Wyan, it's nice to meet you. Wow." "Me too. You got nice eyes." Namjoon laughed and said in a friendly way, "Don't be fooled by this contact lens." Oh, it was very natural. Anyway, it suits you. Maybe Namjoon could help me. First of all, I need to know a little more about him. Does that mean he was also a gangster? You alone? I moved my hair from the front of my face behind my ears. Oh, well, no. I have a companion. Your boyfriend? What? At all? I frowned, remembering the scene I saw outside the mansion. I will never date with such men. "So, can I invite you to a dance?" "Of course." He wrapped his arm around my waist, and we started dancing. "What is your job?" "Oh, I forgot. Wait a minute." He took out his business card from his pocket. I turned around in his arms, and after that, took the card. "Read it." "Kim Namjoon, are you the president of this company?" the CEO of such a big company could be this young. Namjoon laughed. If your father is the boss, you will have to work in his company from a young age. I laughed. Don't talk as if you hate your position. Namjoon grinned. I don't mind. Who hates the position and money? But everyone has their own interests. Being forced to do something you don't like is not happy at all. I'm tired. Let's go sit. Namjoon took my hand and led me to the sofa. What do you want to do? Namjoon sighed in regret. Music. But it seems that the universe wasn't interested in me following my dreams. Well, why don't you pursue music besides work? He looked at me deeply. He smiled. Who said I don't? I excitedly said, what do you do? Namjoon also laughed at my excitement. Electric guitar. Wow, I love this instrument. Suddenly, I felt someone sitting next to me. Looked beside and met Jungkook's angry and flushed face. I frowned and stood up. I said to Namjoon, see you later. He seemed like he wanted to say something, but he looked at Jungkook and me and just said, nice to meet you. I hope we meet again. And then he winked imperceptibly. I smiled